The Commonwealth of Australia was formed in 1901, uniting the 6 independent British colonies into one country. These 6 colonies became the states of Australia, and power was divided between the federal government and the independent state governments. The Parliament is made up of representatives who are democratically elected from all around Australia. These representatives meet at Parliament House in Canberra, where they discuss and make or change laws to help Australia become a better place to live. Parliament consists of 2 chambers, the House of Representatives or Lower House, and the Senate, the Upper House. Federal Parliament meets at Parliament House in Canberra, which opened in 1988. The House of Representatives has 150 members, and each represents a different area of the country, called an electorate. Each electorate has almost the same number of registered voters within its boundary. This means that the states with larger populations will have more electorates and more members in the House. The Prime Minister, the Leader of the Opposition, and the Ministers of Government all sit in the House of Representatives. The Senate is made up of 76 members. Unlike the House of Representatives, there are even numbers of members for each state. Each state has 12 senators, and the Northern Territory and Australian Capital have 2 senators each. The Senate was created to make sure that larger states could not use their numbers in the House of Representatives to pass laws that would be unfair to the smaller states. Responsibilities of the federal government include banking, taxation and currency, airports and air safety, defence, foreign affairs, industrial relations, immigration, postal services, social services and pensions, telecommunications and broadcasting, and trade. There are 6 states in Australia: New South Wales, Victoria, Queensland, South Australia, Western Australia and Tasmania, as well as 2 territories, the Northern Territory and the Australian Capital Territory. Each state has their own government, and these consist of parliaments which are similar to the federal parliament. Each state has its own constitution and are permitted to pass laws for any matter that is not controlled by the federal government. The head of each state is called the Premier. If the laws of a state government ever conflict with the laws of the Australian government, the Australian Constitution says that the federal law must be followed. In New South Wales, state parliament is made up of 2 chambers, the Legislative Assembly or the Green House and the Legislative Council, the Red House. Most legislation is begun in the Legislative Assembly. There are 93 members from electorates all over New South Wales, which make up the Legislative Assembly. The leader of state parliament is the Premier, and they have ministers, same as the House of Representatives in the federal government. The Legislative Assembly is also called the Green House because of the colour of the chambers. The Legislative Council has 3 main functions: to represent the people, to legislate, and to review. The Council has 42 members, and the whole state of New South Wales votes as a single electorate, which is different to the Legislative Assembly. The Legislative Council is also called the Red House because of the colour of the chambers. Responsibilities of the state government include agriculture, education, electricity and gas supplies, health, housing, law and order, local government, main roads, public transport, and water supplies.